Hey guys, this is Savannah from earthandwater.co. Today we're going to talk about manifesting with the moon, which is setting intentions with the new moon specifically, which is something that I am really surprised we haven't covered already because it's something that I give a lot of attention to in our Facebook group. But the fact that I haven't gotten around to it yet just goes to show exactly who I am as a person. But that's okay. We're going to talk about it now. Okay, so the overlying idea is that you set intentions with the new moon, because the new moon starts the moon cycle. That's when it begins. And then for 2 weeks, you build up to, you use the energy to build up to the full moon. And this means putting in the hard work, really focusing on all of that. When the full moon hits, that's when the energy peaks. And that's when you just kind of sit back and start analyzing the work that you have done so that you can more align, see what's working, see what's not, see what needs to be fine-tuned, see what needs to be released and let go of, what needs to be continued on, just all of the things, right? Mostly we sit and we just kind of like ponder during the full moon, okay? Self-care, relax a little bit, take a break because you've been working hard, and realign for the next 2 weeks, which the next 2 weeks, the energy kind of starts going down. You know, it's like a mountain. The first 2 weeks you climb the mountain all the way to the peak of the full moon, and then the second 2 weeks you go right back down the mountain, okay? Ease and flow, cleaning, organizing, fine-tuning, getting everything like situated for the new moon again, and then you repeat the process. Now, don't get too hung up on all of that, okay? There's not really specific things that you should, like there is, but there's not. You don't have to focus too much on giving energy because you're just riding the wave, the natural wave of the energy that's present already. What you're going to focus on is on the first, like the full moon, the new moon, when the cycle starts. You want to focus on setting your intentions, okay? This is where most of the work is going to go into because, you know, we've talked about setting intentions before and how to go about doing that in a positive and constructive manner. So if you haven't heard that episode, it's way on back a little bit, but definitely worth the read or listen. But when you're setting intentions with the new moon, what you need to know is that each new moon is in a specific zodiac. And it cycles through. There's 12, not 13. That was propaganda and crap. Don't pay attention to that thing that happened a few years ago where there was a 13th. There's not. There's 12. And so with each new moon being in a specific zodiac, the aspects and characteristics of that zodiac are going to be amplified during this particular moon cycle. So you want to set your intentions based on the aspects of the zodiac during this specific cycle. And doing so is going to give more energy to those particular aspects and characteristics, which are going to make them easier and more effortlessly to manifest and whatnot, which is going to require less work from you, right? So it's going to be a way that we're working smarter, not harder, right? We're working with the energies instead of trying to go off and do our own things. Another benefit of setting your intentions with each zodiac in each new moon is that you get to cycle through all of the aspects of life because, you know, like there's a lot of pieces to life, you know. How are we supposed to be balanced when there's so many freaking pieces, right? It's overwhelming. We don't know where to start. We all feel that. Well, since each zodiac covers different aspects of life, then through setting our intentions with each one per each new moon is going to help us find balance and cycle through all of the aspects in our life throughout the whole year. So after the whole year is through, we have cycled through each aspect of life and touched on each one, and that way we're making sure that we're giving everything the attention and love that it needs to thrive. For example, this most recent, I don't know when you're listening to this, okay, but I am recording this on 3/28/23, and the most recent new moon was in Aries, which also landed on Ostara, which also landed on the astrological new year. It was very powerful. So the aspects for this moon cycle specifically that are going to have more energy towards them are the aspects that Aries governs. So Aries is ambitious, thrill-seeking, loyal, honest, but impulsive, risk-taking, unbiased, strong, competitive, and a leader. It's a fire sign ruled by Mars, so it's going to have all the Mars aspects to it as well. So sexuality, war, aggression, outward action, that kind of thing. It's stationed in the first house, Aries is, which is the house of our self-perception, and it is connected to our root chakra. Okay, I know that's a lot, but that gives you a lot to meditate on and think about, because that's what you want to do. You want to meditate on these aspects, which just means contemplate deeply, sit in thought with these aspects and what they mean to you, what you feel, what kind of emotions are coming up, what kind of thoughts are coming up. Let your inner consciousness, whatever, higher guides, whatever you like to call whatever it is, your internal dialogue, let them guide you to where you need to focus. Let it spark. Just read over them, look over them, contemplate their meanings, and see what comes up for you. And that's what you're going to take and formulate into your intentions. And then from there, I also recommend jotting down some affirmations to go with and support your intentions. And I highly recommend journaling about it all. So, writing down the aspects, writing down the characteristics, writing down your intentions, writing down your affirmations that go with them, all on one little journaling page, just kind of like bullet journaling. You don't have to write a whole story unless that's just what you want to do. Make it your own. I like to do vision boards every month around this stuff. I was posting my vision boards every month with this stuff in the group as well, but I was the only one doing so, and so it kind of fell off, of course, as things do when you're, consistency is malleable. We've been talking about that. But I would love to discuss these with you every month. If you have questions, if you have thought processes, I want to go through, I post meditation questions with them to kind of like help you along a little bit. I want to go through and redo those because they need some updating. It's been a while since I created those. But we'll get to it. We have the rest of our lives to work on all of these things, right? Okay, so how do you know which zodiac the moon is in? Well, you can just check in with me. I post it on the Facebook page, the Facebook group, Instagram, Twitter. I email them. So if you're on my email list, you get all of this stuff every month. Like I said, I'm really surprised I haven't done an episode on it yet. As much energy that I have with it going out in all of the other places, and have for years. But you can just as easily, there's an app. Now, I don't know if it's available on Apple, but it is on Android. It is humbly called Phases of the Moon, and that'll tell you. Comes with a nice little moon widget that's on your screen. I like that part. The moon widget changes with the phases, just like the moon does. So you have a working, actual, real-life moon on your screen. It's super cool. So yeah, you do that on the new moon, and then from there on out, the first 2 weeks, you're going to work on it. And again, don't overthink it, okay? The fact that you do a lot of work on setting the intentions themselves, like in your journal or however you're doing it, with a vision board, whatever you like, there's lots of options. Make it your own. That is the majority of the work. From there on out, for the next 2 weeks, your subconscious, your conscious also, because you brought it to the forefront and spent energy on it, is going to start noticing those aspects, putting energy towards those aspects. And then when the full moon comes around, you can do some self-care, sit back, relax, and ponder on all of these aspects again. See what's working, see what's not, see if anything needs any kind of tweaking or energy rework or whatever. And then you start clearing, cleansing, realigning, and all of that for the second half of the cycle. And there you go. If you're here already, you probably do believe in astrology and all of this kind of stuff. If you're still on the fence about it or whatever, just know that it doesn't really matter if the planets or if the moon gives us energy. What matters is that it's a structure that you're working with, right? The structure of manifesting with the moon and setting intentions with the new moon and working with them throughout the cycles of the moon gives us a direction to focus on to get towards all our goals and find balance in all the aspects in life, okay? That's what matters. It doesn't matter if the magic is real or not. The magic is in you. You are the magic. What's fun, though, is that I've been doing this for at least 3 or 4 years, possibly longer. I really don't even know one anymore. What is time? I have no concept of time. Zero. But what's fun is that you intentionally set intentions with the moon like this for a while, and then all of a sudden you wake up one day and you're like, holy crap, I'm doing it without even realizing I'm doing it anymore. You just kind of fall into these cycles where you don't have to intentionally think about it. You don't have to be like, oh, the new moon's coming up. I should start, what zodiac is it in this time? Let me look up those aspects. You start realizing that everything just kind of falls into those aspects anyway. And what you have going on it's fun. It's fun. Keep track of it. Journal so that you can see all of the synchronicities. It's super fun. Anyway, whatever you want to give to it, you give to it. You're doing great. I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful new moon cycle, if it's even near that at this point in time of you listening to this. But yeah, join us in the Facebook group. Sign up for my email list. I have lots of cool things that go out like this all the time. Let me know if I can help or answer any questions. I love you. Namaste. Relax your face and shoulders. Enjoy some music to just exist to for a second. You're doing wonderful. We're going to get through this. Bye. Talk to you next week.